it's really like, are you willing to make that shift? What will it take for you to be like fully on board with doing that? And, you know, I like to say, give me 90 days of your life, and you will see like a radically different person at the other end of that in terms of your habits, your experience, your choices. And again, like just coming back to that pregnancy thing, when we look at our children and what's happening in terms of the autism rates, when we look at what's happening in terms of sort of cognitive differences, let's say, stuff like that, like how, you know, there isn't, I don't know if there's like actually proof out there, but I've heard enough anecdotal stuff and sort of looking at it to be like, there's some causality there. If we're talking about, you know, even I'm a CBD advocate as well. So if we look at even the fact that, in my belief, the human species grew up and evolved along with the cannabis plant, earliest records date back 10,000 years for the use of that plant. We're looking at now like our third generation where it's been illegal and hasn't been readily available for people. What is that doing to our children in terms of not having the endocannabinoid system, which is super helpful for homeostasis, for being peaceful and calm in our bodies? We're looking at our third or maybe fourth or fifth generation where that has been completely absent from our bloodstreams and our bodies. And you're like, is adding up, is causing an issue, never mind the industrial food stuff. And so it's super important to be able to do the things we can do to nourish our own bodies as women planning conception, you know, especially if you're having challenges with conceiving, like vaginal steaming, high nutrient dense foods, finding your balance, understanding like your Ayurveda and how to care and nurture your body, reduce those stress levels. Like all of these things are super, super important to bring the body to a place where it can actually feed and breed. Right, where it can actually digest the food that we're eating, take it in as nourishment because it's good food, and we're absolutely see like absolutely long-term health outcomes for the children. Not only the mothers because they're making good shifts for themselves, but also those children are born happier. They've got, if you're looking at your microbiome in a good way before, you know, oh my gosh, they're screening for what is it, strep B is a really common one they screen for in like the hospital medical system. No, we should be screening for microbiome diversity, right? We're supposed to have over 2,000. Most people have somewhere in 200 to 5. You know, it's like if we don't have two, like that makes a big difference in terms of colic. It makes a big difference in terms of what we're seeing in terms of outcomes for those children. So it's like absolutely investing in yourself in this phase of pregnancy, preconception is like the most important thing you can do, I think.
Yeah, and you're so right on with this whole connecting it to the next generation, and that's another piece that's sort of been like in my heart this whole while too. Because originally I just kept thinking, I want to write children's books. I want to write children's books with Ayurveda, and the whole thought process around that was like so that parents can sit with their kids and read these books, and seeds getting planted in both the child and the parent, right? But you know, as I've kind of dug into this more and more, I'm like, we've got to start before we're even pregnant, right?
Yeah.
Healthy chromosomes, healthy eggs. And then we've got to nurture during the pregnancy and like talk to the baby, interact on all the sensory levels, right? And like,
yeah,
when the baby comes out, then we have to be prepared for our postpartum to be able to, again, nurture and have space. Yeah. And to take care of ourselves and connect with our yoni, like you're saying, being able to do vaginal steams, being able to do yoni pichu and, you know, moisturize with ghee and oils and herbs and do these things from home even, you know, and even internal basti, like oil enemas and such. I think it's such a great piece that we're just kind of missing out on that I think can easily be taught so that women can do it safely, comfortably in their own homes and experience this groundedness that comes from it. And then from that, their children are feeling more grounded, more nourished, more stable. And that expands out into the next, everyone that they're coming in contact with. And, you know, teachers are happier and other children are benefiting from it. And, you know, it
absolutely.
So yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
There's so much more for you over in the Joygasmic Life membership. Become a bulletproof mom with us, learn the tips and tricks and skills you need to recover from your postpartum mental health journey and learn the tools of Joygasmic alchemy so you can have the kind of birth you've been dreaming of.